I never thought a cat could hold a grudge like that. Until my roommate Grace brought home a stray cat, and I told her to get rid of it. Adult strays are wild, totally unsuitable for our dorm. But who knew? This black cat was smart. It understood me and took me as an enemy. It only peed and pooped on my bed, making me, already allergic to cat fur, nearly suffocate, sending me to the hospital several times. In a week, it bit me over 50 times, and at night, it'd go crazy, scratching my face to pieces. I couldn't take it anymore, and finally kicked it out of the dorm.
If you hadn't kicked it out, its kittens wouldn't have died. It's all your fault. You killed all its babies.
And then, the black cat completely lost it. One dark night, it followed me home, bringing 100 wild cats crashing in. My parents were seriously hurt, and I was clawed all over, ended up with rabies, and died in just a few days. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day Grace brought home the black cat. I snapped back to reality and met the amber eyes of the black cat in Grace's arms. I instinctively stepped back. Last life, I'd been clawed to a mess under just such innocent-looking eyes. In a blink, Grace held the black cat close to me, smiling.
See how sweet and cute it is?
I held back a sneeze and scratched the black cat under the chin.
It's really cute and pretty. Keep it.
Hearing me say that, Grace's playful smile froze instantly.
Aren't you always allergic to cat fur? Before, no matter what animal I brought home, you'd hate it and make me toss it out.
Millie, our other roommate, asked nervously.
Yeah, you're so allergic. This cat?
I learned my lesson last time. I know this black cat understands words, so I won't mess with it.
It's injured and can't survive outside. It's a life. Keep it. I'll just take my allergy meds.
Seeing my resolve, Millie didn't argue anymore. But Grace snorted coldly, her face losing all joy from when she picked up the cat. At night, walking past Grace's bed, I heard her whining.
You beast! Don't touch me. You're filthy. Stay in the box. Don't smear blood everywhere. Ugh, so annoying.
I realized instantly, Grace didn't truly care for animals. She just wanted to make me miserable. She liked the campus heartthrob Robert, and he liked me. Memories of last life's pain flashed. I swallowed hard and took a big handful of allergy meds. When I came out of the bathroom, Grace had left. The black cat curled up in the cardboard box she prepared. No food, not even water. Feeling me approach, the black cat lifted its eyes to look at me. I immediately ordered cat food and litter online. When it arrived, it ate 2 big bowls and drank a lot of water. Remembering its grudges and smarts, I grabbed my backpack and asked,
I want to take you to the vet. Hop in if you agree, okay?
The black cat stared, thought a bit, meowed twice, and hopped into the bag itself. It really is clever. At the vet, it didn't make a sound while the doctor treated its wounds, cooperating perfectly.
It's a female, and she's pregnant, but malnourished and tiny. That's why it wasn't noticed before.
This time, I bought her plenty of supplements and prenatal meds. After finishing, I returned to the dorm with the bag, and Grace was back, Robert by her side. Seeing the cat with me, Grace's face darkened, and she reached to grab it.
Hey, careful! It just got bandaged up.
Grace rolled her eyes at me, then smiled at Robert.
Robert, Mia hates pets. She's probably trying to toss the kitten. Isn't she cruel?
Robert is usually cold, but loves animals. He listened to Grace and looked at me with suspicion. My allergy meds were wearing off. I started itching, ignored them, and took more at my desk. Turning around, I saw the black cat at my feet, meowing and rubbing against my leg. I crouched down and lightly tapped its head. It immediately raised its tail and nudged my hand with its head.
Don't touch it!
She rushed over, scooped up the cat, and complained to Robert.
Even if you hate it, you can't hit it. It's injured.
Mia, you can dislike it, but you can't hurt it.
Furious, I was about to argue when, ouch! Grace suddenly dropped the cat. It had scratched her.
It's Mia's fault. Now it doesn't trust humans. All my efforts wasted. But fine, I'll still take good care of it.
Robert glared at me, then took Grace to the hospital. As they left, Grace looked back and flashed a victorious smile at me. After they left, the black cat sauntered over, eyes gleaming with pride, meowing at me.
Did you scratch her on purpose?
Grace came back from the hospital in a good mood, but the moment she saw the black cat on her bed, her face went dark. She grabbed a broom and swung at it.
You scratched me! You scratched me! I'll kill you! Ungrateful brat! Don't you see who saved you? I'll kill you!
The black cat, already injured and pregnant, moved slowly as Grace chased it, yowling in pain.
That's enough! Are you really gonna kill it?
Furious, Grace shoved me aside, gritting her teeth.
Serves it right. An untamed beast. It even dared to bite me.
I thought fast, let her shove me, and deliberately fell, meeting the glowing eyes of the cat under the bed. Seeing this, Grace grabbed the broom and forced the cat out from under the bed, hitting it brutally several times. The cat, in pain, curling into a ball.
Even if it dies, I'll tell Robert you killed it. Do you think he'd still like a ruthless girl like you?
Last life, she used the black cat to hurt me and my family. Those painful memories are still vivid.
She's gonna kill you. Run!
The cat jumped nimbly onto the windowsill, looked at me deeply before disappearing into the garden bushes. The cat ran off. Grace stomped angrily, then suddenly pulled out her phone. I wondered what she was doing. She was already sending a voice message to Robert with a fake cry.
Robert, the little black cat is gone. I came home and saw Mia toss it out. It probably won't survive.
Robert replied almost instantly, his voice anxious.
Don't worry, I'm coming to help you look. Mia's gone too far.
When Robert came to pick up Grace to find the cat, his eyes were full of blame and anger at me. They searched for a long time, but found nothing. Unexpectedly, at night, the black cat jumped in through my window. I gave it water and food. It looked at me.
You shouldn't come back. Grace will hurt you again. For your safety, I can't keep you in the dorm.
I packed some cat food and jerky, hung the small bundle on it. It seemed to understand, nudged my hand with its head, then jumped from the windowsill into the night. In the following days, Grace was busy dating Robert, never mentioning the black cat again. And every time Robert saw me at school, he looked deeply aggrieved. I didn't know where the cat went, so I left cans and dried food in the neighborhood. Next day, they were always gone. After a few days of feeding, the black cat appeared before me again. Its belly grew with kittens, but it had new wounds. I bravely applied medicine. It cooperated fully. I remembered Grace calling campus security, claiming she was scratched by stray cats, asking them to remove all strays. I realized instantly, she didn't want Robert to see the cat again. She had already told him I had it captured and killed. Robert blocked all my contacts, saying we shouldn't see each other again.
Did the security hurt you when they chased you away?
The cat didn't answer, just looked cautiously toward the security booth.
I'm sorry. I can't protect you. It's Grace's fault. Run again. Don't stay here.
The cat squinted its amber eyes, meowed twice, and ran off. Late at night, I tossed and turned, my mind full of the cat leaving. I wasn't sure if it was a hallucination, but I seemed to hear the cat's voice. Just as I was puzzled, a piercing scream came from Grace's bed next door. My two roommates and I rushed over. Grace was in the corner, bleeding and crying.
My face! My face! That damn cat scratched my face!
Millie rushed over to check her injuries. I searched the room for the cat, but found no trace. The windows weren't even open.
Millie, find that damn cat! I want to tear it apart!
I shook my head at Millie. She frowned, calmed Grace down, and then rushed her straight to the hospital. I had no idea how the black cat got in. I searched the whole dorm and found nothing. Later, Millie sent me photos of Grace's treatment. Her delicate face had over 10 scratches, skin flayed, bleeding heavily. Much worse than last life, some wounds likely permanent scars. The black cat's vengeful streak was still so strong. But then I thought, wasn't it Grace who heard it first? Millie and Grace didn't come back that night. Next morning, Robert came storming up to our dorm, banging on the door. The second he walked in, he rounded on me.
I know I don't love you anymore, and it hurts. But you can't go after a little girl, right? Grace is innocent, and you had the cat scratch her face at night. Aren't you going too far?
When did I ever make the cat scratch her face?
At that moment, Millie helped Grace back in.
Mia! Why are you doing this to me?
Look at this surveillance footage.
The neighborhood cameras caught it. After you fed the cat, it scratched Grace. If you didn't make it do it, who else?
Are you losing it? Cats understand human commands? Don't even say I made it do it. Even if I did, could it follow my order to sneak in and scratch Grace while she sleeps? Huh?
You admit it? You wanted to hurt Grace, didn't you?
Admit it? Ha! You got proof I told it to do anything? This footage only shows me feeding the stray. Go call the cops, see if they'd arrest me.
Robert, forget it. Mia won't confess. I'll take it. Scars or no future. Whatever. She's my roommate anyway.
Mia was just feeding the cat in the video. That proves nothing.
Mia's allergic to cats. Why is she suddenly feeding one? Isn't that weird?
Millie hesitated for a moment. Grace kinda had a point.
You did wrong and show no remorse. I never thought you'd be this kind of person.
I can't stop laughing at this. Why did I feed the cat? I was doing it for Grace, making it up to these poor, innocent animals. Why did she get shattered? Isn't it karma?
Robert went silent after hearing me. The two videos contrasted sharply. Me happily feeding the stray, and Grace gritting her teeth, plotting to kill it. Robert said nothing else and walked away. Grace chased after him, pleading, but couldn't soften his attitude at all.
Oh no!
Watching her panic, I clenched my fists. Robert is always self-centered. Others' feelings mean nothing to him. Whatever he wants, everyone must comply. So he thinks I'm cruel. If he believes Grace lied, she's innocent in his eyes, and no one else matters. Honestly, knowing this, I already gave up liking him. But Grace isn't. She's blinded by Robert's looks and charm, loves him enough to almost kill me. That's the real foolishness. After Robert left, Grace got furious, pointing at me.
You just can't stand to see me happy. Why do you always suppress me? I've had enough.
Suddenly, a sharp voice rang out. Grace's lackey, school bully Felix, walked into the dorm.
Is this how you treat my queen? Her face is badly hurt. You owe me an explanation.
I was about to retort, but Millie quickly grabbed me.
My queen's disfigured. Her future, jobs, love could be ruined. You must compensate and protect her so she won't suffer later.
Millie knows I'm cold and hot-tempered, and doesn't want me clashing with Felix and Grace.
Grace got hurt, not by me.
I freed myself from Millie, stared at Felix.
She mistreated the stray cat. It got revenge. What does that have to do with me? You demand compensation like this. Are you trying to extort us?
How dare you talk to me like that?
Why wouldn't I dare? Grace's injury has nothing to do with us. Keep pushing it and I'm calling the cops. Let them deal with you.
Felix panted in anger, raising his hand to hit me. Millie swiftly shielded me and snapped.
Felix, there's cameras here. What are you trying to do?
Felix was intimidated by Millie's energy, pretending to calm down, but warned.
You two, don't let me catch you outside school, or else.
I didn't know it then, but the black cat outside the dorm heard all of Felix's threats. After Felix left, Grace moved out too. The next day, the black cat came to our dorm window, looking anxious.
You're about to give birth any minute. Hurry, let me whip up a makeshift delivery room.
After a day and night, the black cat gave birth to 5 kittens. At first, Millie was afraid of the black cat, always cautious around it. But her kindness made her care for the kittens especially well. The cat sensed this kindness, gradually becoming gentle with Millie and me, often acting cute and affectionate. The kittens grew day by day, lively and adorable. One afternoon, Millie and I just bought chicken for the kittens when we saw several dead kittens in the greenery near the dorm. The black cat's babies.
Oh no, such a tragedy. So young, and it looks like someone stomped them to death.
Whoever did this is evil. Don't they fear karma?
I pushed through the crowd and gasped, covering my mouth. The kittens that were playing around me were gone, lying in the dirt, covered in blood. Millie started crying, heartbroken. Thinking about the horrors that happened when the black cat lost its kittens last time, my hair stood on end. An older lady came over and asked,
Aren't you the one I saw earlier? That pink jacket, did you do this? You're so young. How could you be so cruel?
No, it wasn't me.
I muttered, grabbing Millie and running back to the dorm. The black cat wasn't home. The place where the kittens had been playing was empty, and a chill ran down my spine. How could this happen? This time I tried to avoid all conflicts. Why are its kittens still dead? After thinking for a moment, Millie suddenly remembered.
Oh, you said the jacket got color bleed, so I took it to the dry cleaner. Just picked it up yesterday. And those 2 pairs of shoes of yours?
It has to be
Claw,
Grace.
But the shadow was enormous. Grabbed the shoes from the dry cleaner. I opened the flipped them over,
Your
nearly
purebred
threw up.
human is
Blood
so
and
beautiful.
cat fur all
Can
over
you
the
tell me who
soles.
gave it to you?
He wasn't hiding done it again, just like last time. He sent me wearing my clothes and profile page was killing the black cat's kittens. I sat frozen and I got along with the black cat. Totally helpless about what was happening is unbearable for any animal. It might lash out just like last time. I have to prove that this had nothing to do with us. That night, the black cat came back. It let out a pitiful, bone-chilling scream. Millie and I followed, and it bristled with rage.
I know you're heartbroken over your kittens, but we didn't do it. I can prove it.
The cat calmed slightly, crouching warily, tail flicking irritably. I immediately called Grace, pretending agony.
Help us, Grace! We're being attacked by wild cats!
The black cat blinked suspiciously at me. I motioned with my hands for it to meow twice. It actually understood and growled fiercely. Grace chuckled over the phone.
Mia, serves you right.
Grace, come save us! We're surrounded by a horde of cats. The black cat's about to tear me apart.
I screamed in fake agony. Grace asked coolly.
Why should I save you? Getting mauled by wild cats is on you.
If you come save us, I'll explain everything to Robert.
Even if you get ruined, I can still reach Robert. No one will know I killed those kittens. Mia, you trash. Sooner or later, you'll be humiliated at school.
After saying that, she hung up. By now, Millie and I were drenched in sweat. The black cat had heard every word of Grace's. It stared at us thoughtfully.
We've gathered your kittens. Don't worry, we'll bury them properly. But you heard it. They weren't killed by us, it was Grace. I didn't expect her to be so cruel. We owe you and your kittens an apology.
Tears streamed down my face as I spoke. Though I died by the black cat's paws last time, it was used by Grace and Felix and lost its kittens. It's a victim too. The black cat's glowing eyes studied me for a long moment. Then it meowed twice and vanished into the night. I had a feeling it hadn't decided to kill us, because if it believed we weren't the killers, hundreds of wild cats would have come, not just it alone. Millie clung to me, shaking, wailing.
It's not our fault.
In the end, Millie and I decided to move out of the dorm. Since that night, the black cat never appeared again. But on the day we moved out, a shocking news story went viral. In a pitch-black night, hundreds of wild cats stormed a girl's dorm, leaving the residents badly injured. After investigating, police ruled it a wild animal attack, and the cats vanished without a trace overnight. Only Millie and I knew what really happened when we saw the bizarre news. We went to a temple, held a ritual for the deceased kittens, hoping they'd be happy with their mother in the next life. We really hope everyone treats every little animal in the world with kindness.